Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Miss Maggie. Hi, my name is Miss Maggie. Hi, my name is Miss Maggie. It's getting awkward. It's getting weird. Okay. Hi, my name is Miss Maggie, and I'm a multimillionaire in the making. It just dawned on me that God rewards those who are sitting in their authenticity. God doesn't reward those who play by the rules. All these rules that we've designed for ourselves to live. Hold on. Work. Okay. So, what I was trying to say is that God rewards those who have been sitting in their authentic nature. God rewards those who are true to themselves and with utilizing the gifts that they've been given. Doing what my family wants me to do. And I can just tell that there was some type of like strain between the universe and I because I wasn't fulfilling or living in my true authentic nature, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say I was sort of like a wild child growing up, but I definitely was like a rebel in some way. I had a free mind. I had a very open and wise mind, and I can tell when things weren't necessarily the way they were supposed to be. Like, I don't want to be put in a box. And I grew up with that mentality. Like, don't put me in a box. I want to be her and her and her. I guess the best way that I can describe that for myself is that I have this newfound love for electronic music, EDM, going to raves and festivals. That's me. That's like, I love that. I love the scene. I love just being there and hanging out with my friends, having a good time and drinking. You know, who doesn't drink? You know, like, we're grown. But I'm also very, spiritual, and I love to have my time in solitude, in nature, go for a little zip in the water, find some quiet time in the woods. And I'm also focused. I'm a focused woman. I have a business to run, I have things to manage. That all encompasses me. Why do I feel like I shouldn't be able to practice so strongly one part of my life that means so much to me and also be able to enjoy another part of my life? Once I've tapped into that and was no longer afraid of how someone viewed me, no longer afraid to open up and just be this multifaceted individual, once I tapped into that, that's when I started to notice like my blessings and my miracles, and opportunities have came up in all those spaces that I've been, whether it was at the beach, whether it was at a conference meeting or a business meeting, whether it was at a rave or a festival. Like, just my ability to navigate who I am as a person and not putting myself in one box, that's beautiful, and that's what the universe rewards. So to say, for example, that someone can't be religious or can't practice spirituality because they do certain things that the Bible or other books refer to as wrong, that is actually so far against what God has for us. I mean, think about all these beautiful things in life that God has given us to explore and given us the opportunity to just try for ourselves. Just think about it. And you really think that with everything surrounding us, with all the people, skills, talents, different lifestyles, different approaches to life, you would think that God just wants us to sit in one box? God doesn't reward that. God wants us to be different. He wants us to be exactly who we say that we are and exactly who that God says that we are. So authenticity is your superpower. Who cares? Who cares if I curse like a sailor? Who cares if I like spending my nights, you know, at 3 in the morning, up at 3 in the morning having fun with my friends? Who cares if I like to like go ghost for a whole week, a whole month, just to tap into myself? No one cares. This is my life and I'm fully enjoying it. And I only get one life to live. We only have one life to live and one life to lose. So who cares what anyone else thinks about the way that you live your life? Fuck it. Like, go have a good drink. Go make out with that dude. Go to the club. Go work out. Go to the gym. Have a matcha. I don't know. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that there is nothing that we do, just one thing that makes up our entire personality, and it shouldn't make up or take away from our true authenticity and true authentic nature. Authenticity is your superpower, is your gift, isn't something to be shy about when we've been granted all this life, beautiful life, and the opportunity to explore whatever our hearts desire. And I love sitting in this because I'm free to make as many mistakes as I want. I'm free to try as many things as I want. And if it doesn't sit right with me, then I just know that that's the spirit telling me that this is simply not for me. You know, this is not going to work for me, and that's okay. But how will I know if I don't try? If I keep holding myself to this old mentality that I should be living my life for another person. I'm not living my life for my dad. I'm not living my life for my sisters. I'm not living my life for my friends. I'm not living my life for the people on social media. If you're going to see me as that type of person, this type of person, definitely a multifaceted woman, you're going to see me in different spaces. And that shouldn't take away from who I am to the core, what my true nature is, which is in love and light, kindness, abundance, creativity, you know? So rise up and just be who you want to be. You know, don't be a serial killer though. Yeah. I think at the expense of other people, just no. Do things for yourself, things that make you happy. And yes, are aligned with the collective consciousness of this planet. But people are going to be who they are. All I'm saying is that you get the most out of life when you finally decide that there is not just one, you're not just one person, you're not just one thing. You are everything. You deserve to explore everything and be everything, try everything, be who you are, just live a good life. And it's easier said than done because more often than not, people have a lot of trauma. And I've been there. People are still dealing with the demons, their enemies, still dealing with real life. And I know how challenging that can be. And the only thing that I can say is to push through it. Push through your mind telling you that you can't be something because of your current situation and that you can't do something because of your current situation. Find ways to break out of it.